Hello to all of my star spas. So, we're going to do a reading for the collective signs of all the zodiac signs. So, we're going to just see what the energy is. These are general readings, these aren't personal readings. So, please take what applies to you and leave the rest, okay? All right, so let's see. We're going to leave with the oracle card here. Uh oh. Let's see what comes out. Library, take control of your own narrative. So there may be an energy in your life at this time, someone who's trying to sort of retell a story or trying to get people to see you in a particular way. And there may be some sort of dishonesty, or you may not agree with what they're saying or how they're saying it, how they're betraying you to the public. And I feel like this is an opportunity for you to speak up and tell your own story. No one should be trying to tell your life story at this time. So we're going to set that aside and get into what the tarot cards are saying. You all be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button to show my channel some love. And I'm sending that love right back to you. And check out my other channel, Spiritual Liaison 123, if you're dealing with a Pisces, because that channel is all about the collective sign of Pisces, okay? All right, so I'm going to take these cards that fell out. You have the Empress card here. You have the Ace of Swords. You have the Magician. And you have the Four of Pentacles. So, someone just doesn't like the fact that everyone comes to you. Someone looks at you, they hold you in high regard. Whoever this is, this could be your community, this may be your family, but someone holds you in high regard. You do collect a lot of energy. You do have people who trust the process of whatever advice you give to them. So you may be the head of a household, you may be a maternal energy. So, but someone looks at you as very nurturing, or they look at you as being the kind of person who you can kind of get things done. You're sort of like the leader of the pack, so to speak. But then we have this Ace of Swords here, and this is an epiphany moment. And so I don't know who this is around you, but this is someone who you sort of trust. And this is someone who have observed you build things in your life, build a family, build a community, build a support system. And I feel like this is someone you trust, and you kind of are having this epiphany moment that they don't really mean you well. Maybe they gave you some sort of sign. Maybe they kind of, maybe they sort of, there was a moment and they said something and it kind of just didn't sit right with you. So with this Magician card, I see you utilizing everything, utilizing all of your skills, all of your resources at this time to get to the truth about a matter, sort of that alchemist energy. You're able to manifest what you want. You're able to bring forth whatever it is that you're thinking about. You're able to find out the truth about things. You're able to even manipulate things in some way. Now, we do have, you all may be an Aquarius. Some of you all may be a Virgo. You may have Pisces placement, or you may be a Capricorn, because with this Four of Pentacles here, this is happening because you kept something from someone. Someone feels like you're stingy. You may be a hard worker. You could be a shrewd business person, but someone kind of feel like you kept something from them. You withheld something from them. So this is more of like a bitter energy of them just being upset about the outcome of things, being upset about your status, being upset about where you are in life. So they're kind of changing the narrative. And I feel like you need to speak up and take control over this. So we're going to go ahead and see what else is going to come out. The Three of Swords here. Yeah, someone is, they're kind of bitter. You've gone through a healing too. So you could be a Libra, but it looks like you've gone through some sort of healing. You've healed from a past situation that someone else is still kind of holding on to. The Emperor card is here. So you have the Empress and the Emperor card. You may have a person in your life who, this could be your husband or your wife, but this is someone, or just someone who is, they match your energy in a very good way. So it does look like you're seeing the truth about this person at this time. You're seeing something that they're saying one thing to your face, but they're doing something, they're saying something different to other people. And it's as if you're having this epiphany moment here. And this is allowing you to take control of the situation. I see you're trying to sort of move on with your life and, you know, kind of just get settled in your new life or get settled where you are. You have the Seven of Cups here. There was a lot of manipulation and confusion. That's why I said I see someone saying one thing to your face and saying something totally different behind your back. This is a manipulation game. This is to keep you in a state of confusion. But I do see you have a number of options here. And this card means that you're being encouraged by spirit to look at all of your options. Look at everything that's standing before you, because some of it is actually really good and some of it is not. So you're being encouraged to take your time at this time. Don't feel rushed like you know, you have to hurry up and make a decision. Like, sort through all the stories that you're hearing, sort through, you know, the information that's coming in. Pay attention to how you really feel, because there's some sort of manipulation. This is an alchemist who's manipulating something. So make sure, but you have the ability to find out the truth. So it's not like someone is going to be able to pull the wool over your eyes for a very long time. Yeah, whoever this is, it's kind of like they know that there's major trust issues between you all, and this is why you held back from them. This may be a earth sign. I'm sorry, an air sign. It could be an earth or an air sign. But they know that there's major trust issues between you two. Also, I feel like someone is trying to sort of almost manipulate how people see you. They may be calling you stingy, or that you don't share like your emotions, or you don't share your resources or something. I don't know. But it looks like someone is looking at you, or painting the picture that you're stingy, that you have a lot, but you're keeping it from them. And maybe in the past you shared a lot of what you had, but there was a reason why you started to feel like you had to walk away. And it was because there was a lot of confusion going on. You weren't able to always trust what you were being told. So you're in some sort of energy now where you're making sure that before you make a decision that you have all the facts to work with. Yeah, because someone is really painting a picture of you that's not true. I don't know who that is, but we're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to find out. You have the Six of Swords here. So you've moved into a calmer area in your life. You've moved into some area where you've moved into thinking clearly. You're kind of happy a situation. You've sort of closed that chapter of your life. And you've moved into, you weren't sure where you were going, but you made sure wherever it was that you were prepared. You were thinking clearly. You're trying to stay in a very good calming energy. So let's see. The Judgment card here. So there's something that has to do with the past connection. And the angels are actually singing your praises. Like you have the green light to move forward in your life in a very positive way. You have the green light to, something came in from the heavens. It was like you got some sort of, almost like a sign from the heavens about what you should do, or some sort of information, some sort of epiphany moment, the truth about something, the truth about the past came in. Law enforcement may be involved in some way too, because this Judgment card, this Emperor speaks of like someone who's in law enforcement, or like the head of a household, someone who enforces rules or they make rules. And then you have this Judgment card here too. And that air, that's like the truth has to be told in a situation so a judgment can be made. And so I do see you being in some sort of energy where now, for a small portion of you, this may be a divorce. So maybe there is something on the table, like funds have to be divided fairly, or evenly, or something like that. Or there may have been a situation. Hold on, what is this card? What is this? The Two of Cups here. Someone may be upset that you moved on in a new connection. So you may be going through the break, like you may have had a relationship that ended and you moved on, and someone is sort of bitter about that. And it looks like you tried to change close that chapter of your life, but someone is wanting you to remain there, or they want people to see you in a different way. Someone is sort of, I get bitter energy. They haven't quite moved on the way you have. So I see that you have done a lot of self-reflecting too, sort of like looked in the mirror at who you used to be and where you are now. I see you loving yourself better. I see you treating yourself better. I see you giving to the ones who you love. Some of you all just started a new relationship too, and your past person has watched this happen, and there's like that bitter energy there. So they may be upset that you're giving something to someone else, and they're saying that you didn't give anything to them, or you were stingy with them or something. The Star card, yeah, the truth is going to come out. This person secretly wished that they were back with you. That's the root cause of why they're behaving like this. They may have said one thing in the court to the judge, or they may have said something else to your family or their family or to a community or something. But they secretly, deep down inside, they secretly wish that you all had that opportunity to where they could, you all could give to each other again. They see you giving to someone else, and it kind of put that bitterness in their heart that things didn't work out. I see you've gone through a healing though with this Three of Swords in reverse. You're in that energy where you're kind of like, you've looked at things from the past and started to heal from it, but this person hasn't quite gotten to that point yet. Whoever this is, let's see, you have the Nine of Cups here. They may have been distracting themselves through partying a lot too. I also see someone, whoever this is, whoever your person is, I also see they may be sort of watching you do well. They may have heard, oh, I saw this person out and they were partying and having a good time and, kind of being carefree, in that carefree energy. And so this is what it looks like. It does look like this is a second decan Pisces. This is that Sagittarius energy. This is sort of like that Aquarius Gemini energy. And you have the Six of Swords here. The Star card, the Judgment. Yeah. So you do have someone from your past that's changing the narrative of what happened. The high priestess here. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition with something. There's a situation that's under the surface. Someone is kind of, there's a root cause to why this person is behaving this way. And it looks like you're going to need to really trust your intuition, and the truth is going to come out about a situation. Something is going to be made public, or there's going to be some sort of clarity coming in. You have the Devil card here. Yeah, this confusion was put in place on purpose. Someone is trying to control. If they can't control you, they're trying to control how people see you. If they can't control your level of happiness, they're trying to make people around you make you unhappy or see you. This person has like some sort of toxic energy with them. Heavy toxic energy too. You've gone through some sort of healing process, and they can't quite, they don't know who you are anymore. They don't know the real you. So they're going off of past energy and what, the cycle that you all went through, or the chapter that you all were in. But I see that you have grown, you've matured, you're in a different energy now. And someone is almost like trying to pull you back. Like they just can't let you just be happy. The Four of Wands. I see you starting a beautiful new connection with someone else. And this is what this person was afraid of. You may have moved in with someone else. You may have married someone else. And this is what this was their biggest fear, that you were going to find happiness outside of them. Maybe they thought that they were your everything. I don't know. Maybe they thought that once things was over, you were never going to be happy again. But I see a twin flame here. It's almost as if you're trusting your intuition. You're trusting like that things are going to sort of work out in your favor. And I see that this is going to sort of bring about a healing. Even as weird as this sounds, it's even going to bring about a healing with this person. They're going to have to kind of just let the past be the past moving forward and accept the fact that you're happy where you are. So trying to change the narrative, or trying to change, if they can't control you, trying to control how people see you, that is going to stop. I see a healing happening with them, and I see a healing happening with you. And I also see you moving on. Either you're getting married or you're meeting your twin flame, someone who you wished for. At the bottom of the deck, this is the Chariot card. So I do see with the Chariot card, these Phoenix, they can sort of like be going in the opposite direction, but you're controlling where you want to go. You have your mind made up about where you want to be. You could be a Cancer. And you have your mind made up about your destination. I don't see you giving up on anything. You're controlling how things are going to turn out. So the fact that someone is sort of, it says to start off with the reading, it says, take control of your own narrative. And this is exactly what you're being encouraged to do. I'm going to pull one oracle card, and that will be, no, I'm going to pull two. I'm going to pull one from this deck and one from the Moonology deck just to see. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And so maybe you did something in the past, or maybe this person did something in the past, but I do see a healing taking place. And so, this is that energy of people actually acting like grown folks, that regret that they, it's like, okay, let's move on from the past. Maybe I wasn't the best husband. Maybe I wasn't the best wife. Maybe I wasn't the best parent. I don't know. Whatever it was, maybe I wasn't the best significant other. Maybe I wasn't the best friend. Maybe I wasn't, whatever it was. But it's like, you have forgiven yourself, and it's time for this person to forgive you. It's time for them to forgive themselves, and it's time for this to be over so you both can go ahead and move on in separate directions, so that healing can take place. It's time to stop speaking about the past, things that have already happened, and you can't go back and change it. There may be regret with that, but it is what it is. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So yes, so some of you all are moving on from this. You step out of your comfort zone. You're being encouraged to go after what you want. This may be a new relationship. This may be a new job. This may be relocating, a new home or something. But I feel like the past, someone has held you back long enough. They may have kept some things tied up in court. Maybe they were refusing to sign divorce papers or something. Or this could have been, maybe they were kind of dragging things out forever just because they didn't want to see you move on or restart a new connection. But it's time. I see you're getting the green light to move forward with this. So you don't even have to worry about dealing with this anymore. And again, it's going to bring about a healing with the other person who's sort of in that bitter energy. And I see a healing on your side too. So that's the final outcome for you both. And I like that. Okay, so go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And I'm sending you nothing but love. Thank you so much for being my stars, shining bright, and supporting my channel. Talk with you later.